Welcome. You're listening to the Orange and Blue Shirt podcast. This is a podcast about the Orange and Blue of the New York Mets and the Blueshirts on Broadway, the New York Rangers. I'm your host, Luke. You can find me on Twitter at LukesPod. That's at LUKESPOD. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my podcast wherever you find your podcasts. You can search me up by looking up the Orange and Blue Shirt podcast. Alright. This episode, on the Mets side of things, we'll talk about all the spring training games since the last episode I made and how some of the players are performing. And on the Rangers side of things, we'll talk about, of course, all the games, how people are performing, and the return of Panarin from the hands of the Kremlin, and also Vitaly Kratsov coming back from Tractor. Or coming over from Tractor, I shouldn't say coming back. As I'm recording this, the Rangers just beat the Flyers 9-0. So that's how long it's been since the last episode. When was the last episode? March 4th, and it is now March 17th, so yeah. Sorry, I was just caught up with schoolwork, and school, sports, and sports in general. So, anyway, you don't care about that. You're here for the Rangers and the Mets. This episode is going to be more off the cuff, unscripted, just looking through the games. So if you hear any mouse clicking or typing, it's me looking up stats and looking at the games and stuff. So, yeah. This episode, we're going to start with the Rangers, because I haven't done that ever. So, the last episode, we talked about the two Bruins games and the Sabres. And after that, we talked about the back-to-back games against the Devils. The first game was a 6-1 win. This game is really exciting. It's another Kreider hat-trick game. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. And this is the Lafreniere 2-point game. Buchnevich got a goal this game and an assist. Mika got an assist. Lindgren, Rooney, DiGiuseppe, Strome all got assists. This game is pretty exciting. This is one of Shesterkin's last games. Had one goal against, 32 saves, and a 970 save percentage. Actually, this was the game he got hurt in, I believe. Yeah, Georgiev came in. So, yeah, I remember this game. It was very exciting until it was very somber at the end. Kind of a bittersweet moment there. Yeah. So, game-wise, great game. Overall, season-wise, it kind of hurt us with now we're lacking stability in goal, as we see in future games, but that didn't happen immediately. The Rangers, the next game, was against the Devils again, the second of the back-to-back games, won 6-3 in a goal fest of a game. Hedel, Fox, Strome got 2, Hayek, all on the score sheet, as well as Gauthier getting an assist and Buchnevich getting another point. Kako, Kreider, Keandre, Rooney got a goal. This Georgiev had 3 goals against, 24 saves, 889 save percentage. So, again, this is the start of the goalie downfall that we've been seeing with Keith Kincaid and Georgiev. So, yeah, the offense is never going to be an issue. Not even the defense isn't terrible. It's just that now we just lack stability in goal. Georgiev's lacking confidence. It reminds me a lot of Kako and how Kako was playing before he gained confidence and everything. So he did better today. He got a shutout. But I'm just talking about my thoughts during the game, or during the day of the game. So it was good. Could still see improvement. And then we went on a 3-game losing streak, starting with the back-to-back games against the Penguins, a 5-1 loss and a 4-2 loss. The only guy that got a goal was Mika, so I was excited for that, but this game was annoying. Kapanen on the breakaway, Malkin, Aston Reese, Sidney Crosby all scored. Just an overall bad game, and this is the game that Georgiev got pulled for Kincaid, and we were all excited on Twitter saying, "Oh, Kincaid's coming in with D, we're losing." So, Yeah, it's just shows lack of stability in net, which is probably the biggest problem that Rangers have right now. Uh, Next game was a 4-2 loss against the Penguins. Again, Kincaid started this one, 3 goals against, 23 saves, 885 save percentage. Man, not good enough, especially goalie wise. But this game and all the games, the power play sucks. Even when we're winning 9-0 against the Flyers, 4 power plays or whatever, and can't score. It's like a passing fest, and if we shoot it, it's Mika Zibanejad shot when he had 5 open opportunities and shoots it like at the glass. Again, just like the last game with the goal from Mika, we had another goal here from Jack Johnson, who just got sent down to the not sent down, put on the taxi squad, passed through waivers. So it's another whoop-dee thing. We're losing still. So the main problem for the Rangers, except goaltending, is the power play, because our penalty kill, amazing. Imagine you said last year or last year and the year before that power play and the penalty kill would basically do a 180, both of them. Our dreadful penalty kill turns into one of the top 4 in the league. And at one point it was the best. And our power play turns into this shit show of just like Fox to Panarin, pass. To Zibanejad open. He does a little spin move and passes it back to Trouba or Fox, whoever's on the point. It's just annoying, man. It's like frustrating. And usually these games, I was gonna say, some of the losses, like against the next game against the Flyers, aren't frustrating until you see the power play. It's just annoying because like you see Hart from the fourth liners and stuff. We see some of the rookies running their heart out and stuff, or skating their heart out. But the power play is just frustrating, man. I can't stand it. Again, the next game was a 4-0 loss to the Bruins. Yeah, obviously a shutout. This is the game that we got reminded that Bruins are a good team. All their Bergeron, Pasternak, they scored. Their big dudes are scoring. Halak made 27 saves, of course, with the 100% save percentage. And this is another game where Georgiev got pulled. And then Kincaid came in. This is the game that Kincaid did great in. 13 saves, 100% save percentage. Georgiev didn't do terrible. Just kidding. He had 14 shots on him and gave up 4 goals. It's dreadful. Georgiev is just like, I'm not even mad. I love Georgiev. It's just frustrating that he can go from being so great to just losing confidence. And it's sad more than it is frustrating. The next game, we reversed the scoreline, a 4-0 win against the Bruins. This is the first shutout against the Bruins in a lot of years, more than I've been alive. So we had Buchnevich, Kreider, K'Andre, and Strome getting on the score sheet with Kincaid. Shutout, 18 saves, GOAT, whatever. So yeah, it feels good to reverse the scoreline. Lost my train of thought there. I was going to say something. Colin Blackwell, the GOAT, back in the lineup. And this is the return for Artemi Panarin. So, the Rangers and the return of Panarin, the Rangers aren't out of the playoff push at all, really. Do I think we're going to make it? Do I think that we have zero shot at making it? Absolutely not. I think we can definitely push for it. If we play like we played in the second period of tonight's game against the Flyers, have some stability in goal, whether that be Kincaid or if Georgiev getting back to confidence, just Shesterkin's back, whatever. If Mika starts shooting the puck more like he did tonight. And Kreider keeps performing well. I remember at the start of one of the first few episodes of the podcast, I was saying, yeah, I want to give Kreider the C, but he has to step it up. He's not playing like a captain. He's not playing like a guy who should be making the amount of money that he's making. But today, the last few games, he's been, even the games that we're losing 4-3, he's scoring a hat trick. He's been the one shining light, one consistent player, and so again, give him the C. Deserves it. Start calling him hat trick Kreider from now on. It's crazy. Wait, I lost it. Yeah, so the 5-4 loss to the Flyers is next. This game, this was the non-frustrating one. I felt like this one we gave a lot of heart. Panarin scored, Blackwell scored, Gauthier with that sick, this is the sick run to the net, rush to the net, which we should, and Rooney scored. Yeah, I hope more players do that. Especially the fourth liners. Just skate to the net. Like, we're too non-direct with it, with the amount of quality that we have on the fourth line. And even, like, Kreider and Zibanejad can take some notes out of them. Skate to the net. Get pucks on net. Skate to the net. Challenge the goalie. Score some goals. Or even get some chances. I don't even care if they go in. I just want to see some heart from you guys. And we saw that this game, even though we lost. Kincaid was in net. 30 saves. 25 saves on 35 shots. 833 save percentage. Not terrible. 5 goals. Giving up 5 goals is terrible. But from a guy who's a minors goalie or third goalie, not mad at it. I wonder what Georgiev would have done. For the Flyers, every ginger known to man scored or got a point. And we got 4 goals against Katahat, so yeah, not a bad game, to be honest. And then somehow this quick, this has been 12 minutes, but we're on to tonight's game. 9-0 win against the Flyers. Can't believe it. Let me just run you down. Mika, hat trick, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. 6 points in one period, second period, tying the record. That is crazy. If you can keep playing like this, we're definitely going to push for the playoffs, because now we have Panarin back. Buchnevich scored 2, got 2 assists, 4 points. Trouba got a goal. Hedl got a goal, or Trouba got a quote-unquote goal. Wait, no, that was Buchnevich's second, the little tip-in. Trouba's goal was a good shot, off the assist from Zibanejad, sorry. And Georgiev, 26 saves. Great game all around. I'm just in shock. Like, I can't even, like, state how happy I am, because I'm, like, tired. My voice is, like, so monotone right now, but if I could scream, I would. It's a great game, all in all. So, yeah, just more of this. We can push for the playoffs. More of this from individual players. Like, Adam Fox is amazing at hockey. He's the one bright spot on our power play. Even though our power play is terrible, he's the one bright spot. He keeps the puck in the zone. Whenever he gets the puck, he cycles along well. He's the only guy that seems to take shots or whatever. Zibanejad has to take more shots on the power play. I know he had a great game, and I'm not knocking his game at all because he carried us today. But more shots on the power play. He's like pussyfooting. Everyone's pussyfooting around. Panarin, I understand. Panarin's job is to stand there, wait for the one-timer or whatever. And then Zibanejad is there in the middle of him and of Panarin and Fox, also looking for a one-timer. Fox is on the blue line as well, so we have 3 players on the blue line. No one standing in front of the net. We also have Kreider and Strome out. Strome's like behind the net, and Kreider should be in front of the net. But he can't be, because who's going to shoot the puck if there are 3 guys on the blue line? It's just frustrating. I wouldn't say technically fire Quinn, but one game without him, we scored 9, had a shutout. So, I don't know, more results, like the ones that we get with Quinn or the ones that we get without Quinn. It could be close. So I'm going to go more in depth into the Rangers playoff push if we start getting there. And I feel like we can. It's definitely a possibility. But now we're going to go on to the Mets. And this is going to be pretty hard to talk about, considering only about 1 out of every 1,000 games are televised. So, yeah, let's just move on to the Mets. Again, it's going to be off the cuff. Matter of fact, I don't even. The last game that I covered was 14-9 against the Cardinals, a loss. Then we had a win, a tie, loss. These games don't matter, so we have to go into individual performances. So I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Jake DeGrom shows why he's the best pitcher in baseball. Yes, he gave up a home run. Yes, Nimmo saved a home run off him, or for him. Some balls were being batted off the bat hard against them. What do you expect? The dude's throwing 101, 102, like 99, 104. Sorry, not 104, 101 consistently on the fastball. And then he has a slider that looks the same that goes 94. Dude's insane. That's, again, nothing new. But, yeah, so he's obviously a bright spot, but there's no need for me to say that. The biggest, not surprise, I would say, but the biggest bright spot on the team is Pete Alonso. He's seeing the ball better, and people are saying, oh, he looks like 2019 Pete. I'm not saying he looks better, but he's hitting the ball better. He's not striking out as much. Yeah, the power's about the same, but he seems to be seeing the ball a lot better, taking a lot more balls far away from the plate. He's not looking stupid and breaking bats, you know? So it's just really exciting to see. If the season started tomorrow, I feel like he would be an MVP candidate. The game that was today was 3-2 to the Marlins on televised. I swear Lindor only plays when it's on televised. I think I've seen him hit twice. 2 games with him in the lineup, and he's played like a lot of games. But thankfully we saw his first home run live on TV, so that's a promising sign anyway. Let's go through some names here. We saw the first round of cuts, so not any more names. It's more like major league ready guys that are pushing, and now. But the main thing that we're seeing from these last spring training games is the battle for the 5th rotation spot, and the guy that seems to be leading that right now is Joey Lucchesi, or as Omar Narvaez, Jalial would say, Lucchesi, yeah. So Lucchesi is, I think he gets the edge, maybe not over Peterson. But again, we haven't seen Peterson at all, or anything like too impressive out of Peterson. He didn't do bad, but Lucchesi seems to be really pushing for that spot. And I don't think Yamamoto gets it. Yamamoto's on the outside looking in. I'm not saying he's bad, but I don't want a 5 righty rotation. So I think Lucchesi or Peterson get it, and right now I think you give it to Lucchesi. Maybe that's just recency bias because he pitched today and did great. What was it? 3 immaculate innings? Not immaculate, but 3 perfect innings. Not perfect. I can't say any other word except good because those are terms in baseball. 3 great innings against the Marlins. So yeah, it's pretty good. Jeff McNeil hit a couple home runs. Not in this game, but overall, I'm just talking overall. We've seen Almora do good. Pilar's doing okay. Like, no one's doing terrible. That should just be, like, get cut. Except Familia and Betances. They look like their old selves. And I know we have a few locks in the bullpen, like Miguel Castro, Edwin Diaz, and a few more. But, like, that's where it cuts off. Like, if Betances and Familia were minor leaguers, they wouldn't make the team. It's just too bad they're both making a lot of money for being how terrible they are. So it's gonna be exciting things to look out for, or the battle for not the battle, but the rotation, or the bullpen. Seeing who makes the bullpen, and the battle for the 5th rotation spot, which is really exciting. And the main thing to watch out for is off the field with Francisco Lindor, who said he's not going to sign a contract extension after opening day, or after spring training. So the Mets have a few weeks to get it done. I say they do it because Cohen has money and Lindor seems like he wants to stay. He looks so great in orange and blue. So I feel like he will sign an extension, but like the timetable is getting a lot of people freaked out, and I'm obviously like a little bit antsy that we won't get it done, but I definitely think that we will. Also, we saw Sam McWilliams get not cut, but sent down the minor league camp. So it doesn't seem like he's gonna make the major league roster. That was a lot of people's hidden gem to make the bullpen, but it doesn't seem meant to be. He needs more nurturing in the minors, and I'm all for it. Another great piece of depth from the Mets. So it's not much to talk about for the Mets because, yeah, games went the way they were. Like everyone, Guillorme. Jesus Christ, how did I forget about Guillorme? 22 pitch walk. That was the most excited I've been in spring training, tied with the Lindor home run. That was so exciting. I was standing up on my feet every single pitch. I was like Pete Alonso in the dugout. I was screaming at my TV, and I went ballistic when he walked. I know spring training, it's not the real record, but it's a record in our hearts. Guillorme is a spring training god at this point, and he's I listened to Subway to say the other day, talking about who should start, JD or Guillorme, and JD should get the edge because like he's our starting third baseman, but Guillorme, his glove is great, his contact is great. She's lacking power, but like he could be an everyday third baseman for a lot of teams, an everyday second baseman, but he can back up every position on the infield except first base. So I'm not going to argue that he should start, but I'm just glad to have him on the bench, to be honest. I'm just excited to watch the Mets this season. It's going to be really fun. That's probably about it for the Mets things. Anything else I want to touch on? No, I think that's good. The Mets segments always seem shorter or longer, so this can be a change of pace for the Rangers fans. This can be the shorter Mets episode because there's not much to talk about. Like every position's a lock except pitching wise. Like we're not gonna see who I can't even think Almora go and like make his case to start for center field. Like I hope he does, but like you know what I mean. Like we won't get like a huge surprise like player that breaks out because all of our positions are a lock. Yeah, that should be it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Anyway, give this video a like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Subscribe, please. It'll help a lot. If you're listening to anywhere else, follow or subscribe, whatever it is, on my podcast. So it means a lot. Give me feedback, and while you're there, just follow me on Twitter at Luke's Pod. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with these ones, guys. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm your host, Luke, and I'll see you in the next one.